All right, what's up, everybody? We're going to go ahead and knock out this IndyCar break at lunchtime here. Get this squared away for everybody. So, I know some of you are probably at work, probably watching on silent, which is totally fine. I get it. Or maybe you're watching while you're at lunch. That's understandable too. But anyway, here's what we got for our list of drivers. Everybody should know who they have. Also, all spots are paid for and accounted for, so I appreciate that. Don't have to follow up with anybody, so that's fantastic. Love when that happens. And then we got our duck race. Same thing can be said for the duck race. All spots are accounted for and paid for. So again, love that. Thank you to everybody who helped jump in and fill that. Yeah, we're going to do top 4. So you really have about a little bit better than 1 in 6 shot of winning. Let me get you guys where you can see this thing a little better. There we go. All right. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. Duck 1 and 9 are out there on an island. I don't know if that's good. It's like Talladega. I think they got too far out ahead. Yep. Now they're gonna get overwhelmed by the pack. 15, 4, and 19, I think. Yeah, 15, 4, 19, and 9. So 15 is Stephen Barry. 4 is going to be Sam Bees. I always struggle with Sam's last name. Behusen. I think. Is it German, Sam? I don't know. Anyway, 19 is going to be 3rd. That's Scott Dixon. And 4th is 9. And that's going to be Brad Sumner. So we got 4 different. I like when that happens too, because it spreads it out for everybody, which is great. 4 different winners. So 15, 4, 19, and 9. Stephen Barry, Sam B, Scott D, Brad S. So that's our duck race lineup. Congrats to you guys. And again, thanks to everybody who helped fill the filler. Definitely appreciate the support and assistance getting it closed out. We didn't have a ton of, I mean, it was a lot of drivers, but building a model at the moment. Oh, that's kind of cool. What kind of model, Storm Ghost? Like when you say model, do you mean like a car model, that kind of thing? Or do you mean you're building a like a swimsuit model? Dutch. Too hard to say. Hey, Chris, I'm good. All right. All right, so we've got 4 hangers to start with. I'm going to do those first. Aside from changing the price for Rosenquist slightly and lowering the price of a few other drivers, the pricing was exactly the same from the last time we did a 4-boxer, but the only difference is I added 4 hangers in. So you're getting better quality in this brake than before. And the reason I was able to do that is our LCS gave me a nice deal where basically I got the hobby boxes, and the hanger boxes really didn't cost any extra in the deal. So thanks to him, we were able to add a lot of extra value to the brake. All access Scotty McLaughlin. Willpower. We'll try to move pretty quick through the base stuff. Bryce. Got a foil for Ray Hall. Also foil for Callum. Plo honors. Power and Ray Hall Letterman. M1A1 Abrams. Oh, cool. Cool. Not as many casuals for NXT. Our ball knowers should get better with it. Yeah, I would assume so. As time goes, people will get. So is NXT on FS1 now, Sam? I guess I didn't realize that if that's the case. Because wasn't it on like Flow before? I was thinking. Lewis Foster, All Access. David Malukas. We got a bronze or a gold or an orange or something. Yeah, gold. We're going to call it gold because it's out of 10. Colton Herta, 9 out of 10. That's nice. That doesn't suck. That's going to go to Paul. Used to be on Peacock. Okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah, that'll give them some probably more eyes, I would guess. Colton Herta out of 10. Going to Paul. Well, that doesn't suck at all. Not out of a hanger. We got Sophia. Stingray Rob. Marcus Erickson on the foils. Lundgaard, Plo. I believe, if memory serves, I think the way they've done these hangers in the past is you can get autographs in these, and I think they say they fall about, on average, of course, about 1 in 10, roughly. So, you know, there's a chance that you could see an auto. I'm not sure we will, knowing that we just pulled an SSP, which is also great. Jack Harvey, All Access. Tommy Smith. At least a couple of them are going to move up nice. Kyle Kirkwood. Coy Collette. I'm not sure if I say that right or not, but that's how I say it. Will Power. Lewis Foster. And Chip Ganassi in the back. Dog's going nuts about something. Pato Award All Access. Lockie Hughes. Sam, isn't Lockie Hughes pretty good? This is a green checkered flag foil. 67 out of 100 for Kiffin Simpson. That's going to go to Scott Dixon. The serial number is tough to see. It's right there at the top. Sophia, Kyle Kirkwood, Callum. We got to stay on top of keeping this cleaned up. These paper cards definitely produce a decent amount of dust. You got Graham Rahal on the postcard. And Alex Pillow is in the bottom if I can get him out safely. Alex Pillow hiding in the bottom. I like the postcard cards. I just wish that the only downfall is dealing with how you ship them, you know, and how to protect them. Because they're kind of a pain in that regard. Prima Racing foil. Graham Rahal. Beneath the Bucket. And if you're wondering, if anybody's wondering how we handle all the podium cards, usually what we've learned is with these breaks, we end up with enough of them that basically everybody can get one. So I don't bother doing any kind of random with those unless we get a numbered one. Graham Rahal, or Rahal Letterman, I should say. Helmet Hardware, Will Power. Those are cool. Too many bad finishes. Ton of talent or absolutely no standout. Yeah, it could be one or the other, right? Andretti Global. Helmet Hardware, Kyle Kirkwood. Foil Aero McLaren. We got the Ignite Nolan Siegel. Ganassi foil. Same thing with these. Usually we'll end up with another one, so I just set them aside and try to give one to each person. That's usually how that works. Actually, with the podium finishes, we probably won't even have to worry about those. So I made the post, but I'll say this out loud. Base is included if you want it. So you'll have to let me know if you want your base. Because we've done enough of these, I feel like, and because there's so much base cards, because these boxes are a ton of base, as you can see. Foil Dale Coyne. But if you want your base cards, you just have to let me know. Takuma Sato, what is that? Why is it different? Sam probably can tell us why that's different. But that's different. Interesting. Sam is sort of our resident IndyCar educator. All Access Scott Dixon. Foil McLaughlin. There's a new garden like that, so maybe they aren't so special. I'll set them aside anyway. I didn't remember seeing those before, those. Represent inserts. Okay. I just didn't remember them for some reason. But we have, I mean, we've opened a few of these, but not, it's not like we've done cases upon cases, so. Hello. Lucas. And we got the IndyCar green foil, 76 out of 100. So that'll go to Thomas Jones in the unlisted /team/events pile. 76 out of 100. That's pretty cool. Foil Alex Pillow. There's our first autograph. Marcus Ericsson. Going to Jake Ward. Jake Ward. Nice. I love that they do on-card autographs. That's certainly a big collecting point for a lot of people. He said one per... Okay. Alex Pillow foil. Colton Herta beneath the bucket. Pato Award foil. One of the Moments cards. Foil AJ Foyt. Pato. I like that kind of throwback design that they did on those. I think that's cool. Lewis Foster foil. Kacharwick. I was trying to figure out how to say his last name for NXT. Hello foil, Haley Deegan, NXT. If you're a Deegan collector, I would think that the IndyCar cards are going to be kind of special to have because she's only in a couple products with Indy. Doesn't have a ton of cards. Kind of like Larson. Foil Newgarden. 38 out of 50. Is that the, yeah, Phantoms, I was going to say. Stingray Rob, Phantoms, out of 50. That's cool. Going to Joe Darmafall. That's a cool design. I'm trying to give it to you without glaring you guys too bad. Cool card. I was told that this is the last year Parkside has the license. Green Pato was numbered to 50. I missed a numbered card? Hold up. Green Pato. Oh, I see that. Oh, because the other ones are red. Okay. Thanks, Sam. Boy, that's easy to miss. Yeah, good looking out. That's easy to miss because it's down here at the very bottom in the checkered flag. I just assumed it was a different color version. You know what I mean? Like sometimes they'll have not everything be the same color or whatever. Yeah. Good looking out, Sam. Pato out of 50. That went to Brad. Good eye. Thank you for doing that. Foil ECR and All Access Connor Daly. I don't know where I was. Oh, I was talking about the license. Yeah, so I don't know. It's the last year I was told for their license, so I don't know what'll happen. If they'll renew or Scott McLaughlin Tracktown. I think these are cool. You get, I think, one per box maybe. McLaughlin goes to Joe. Let's put that up here. Change it up a little bit. We should have one more autograph coming. We got a couple packs left. I mean, I would be fine if Panini got the IndyCar license, but I'm quite fine with Parkside continuing. I like what Parkside does. Ooh, that's cool. Celebrating the 250th for Kyle Kirkwood. That's pretty sweet. Last pack. Hopefully we didn't get panini'd. Pato Award. There we go. Pato Award. That's cool. 4 out of 10. I was going to say, I think this is a lower set. Yeah, 4 out of 10. Pato. That's nice. Going to Brad. Yeah, I hope they stay with Parkside. Truthfully, I think Parkside does a really nice job with IndyCar. They make great products. It's affordable. And like Sam said, they do some really nice activation stuff at the tracks. They've got the Parkside Pronto sets that they do. They do a really good job. Yeah, that's a big card. Pato going to Brad. Sam says this is a huge Pato auto hit. It's one of the best you can get. I do not disagree at all. That's awesome. That is awesome. I kind of like the fact that his pen wasn't perfect on that too. You know what I mean? Like, some people might look at that and be like, ooh, I don't like that. I kind of love it for that reason. You know what I mean? I know that might sound a little silly, but we got David Malukas on the postcard. And then in the bottom, Robert Schwartzman. Might be the only returning McLaren. Oh. Foil. Jordan Missig. About to have silly season in IndyCar this year, or this off season. It sounds like it. Another foil. Salvador. Joseph Newgarden. I've heard he's good. I don't know. Foil. Oh, these are cool. Clocking in. Colton Herta. Silliest silly season of all time. Colton Herta going to Paul. It's been a good break for the Herta spot. Foil podium, All Access, Ed Carpenter. Dixon to Arrow McLaren, yeah. We might have a Tracktown numbered, maybe. Yeah. Robert Schwartzman. 2 out of 10 Tracktown. That's nasty there. Robert Schwartzman's going to go to Scott Dixon out of 10. That's nice. It's kind of like Parkside's play on downtown. And I kind of love it, personally. I think it's fun. That's nice. Schwartzman going to Scott. Excuse me, I may have to sneeze. Yep, I did. All right, I'm back. Been chasing one of those for a while. Heck yeah. Those are awesome. Minus VK. I'd love to get a Larson. Did they do track? I'm assuming they did a Tracktown for everybody. I'd love to get a Larson Tracktown. Or even better yet, a numbered Larson Tracktown, but I guess I need to start looking around and seeing what's out there. You see, just like this, you know, you guys know how this is when you collect things. You see something and you're like, oh, I'd like to get this. And then you sort of put it in the memory bank, and then you go on with other things and forget. And, you know, it just falls in the bank of other things that you'd like to have. Stingray Rob beneath the bucket. Two of the best I've seen so far. Yeah, these have been really good. Afternoon breaks are good to you. Yeah, the afternoon breaks are good to you, Scott, for some reason. Listening at work, that's funny. I've got a base one of Larson. Oh, thank you, Sam. That's super nice of you, man. I appreciate it. Graham Rahal. Just hang on. Don't send it special. You know what I mean? Like, don't make a special package for that. Wait till you have, like, we can do some PSA stuff or something. Till you have some other reason to send something. Because I'm in no rush. You know what I mean? It's not going anywhere. It's just gonna go in my PC box. So don't get in a hurry with that. But I do appreciate it for sure. Santino. Takuma Sato helmet hardware. I like those a lot too. We used to get those with Torque with NASCAR. The helmet cards. I may have to step aside and blow my nose for a second. My allergies, I woke up this morning, my allergies were on a 10, man. Just crazy. Marcus Armstrong with the autograph. That's going to go to Jake Ward. He's got both Marcus drivers, by the way. Oh, that's 7 out of 10. So sorry. So sorry. Let me blow my nose real quick. That's driving me nuts. It's all allergy related because Summer decided to show up here. There we go. Marcus Armstrong, out of 10. 7 out of 10. Very nice. Going to Jake. Let's see. We'll move this one. Don't know what the dog's barking at, but he's barking. Foil Dixon. All Access Christian Rasmussen. I'm betting it was UPS stopping. Kyle Kirkwood, 31/75. Ricardo Escato. Ricardo went through the filler and goes to Brad. Foil, All Access Kyle Larson. That's cool. We got another purple inbound. Marco Andretti. Team Penske. Purple. 18/25 on the short print. That's nice. That's going to go to Thomas. That's pretty cool. Lewis Foster out of 100 green foil. That goes to Tim Mays. Oh, almost forgot the rest of the base cards. These boxes, so my LCS had these boxes. He's had these boxes on his shelf almost, like he probably got these in about a week after release. Because he didn't get his direct from Parkside. He got his from, like, another party. Robert Schwartzman foil. So it took him a little longer to get his in. Rossi beneath the bucket. But anyway, they've been sitting on his shelf for a while. He still has some more. I told him, I said, we'll probably take the rest of them at some point and do another break with them. Joseph Newgarden foil. Iconic moment. Podium foil. Armstrong and Rosenquist, Meyer Shank Racing, foil. That pack doesn't want to open. We'll go this way. That's VK and Marco Andretti. There we go. That doesn't suck either. Let's check for a serial number before I start putting it away again. Marco Andretti going to Will Black. Again, shipping will be included with autographs. And I think since it's Wednesday and I've got a select break planned for tomorrow, I think what I'll do is I'll wait and I'll kind of ship together after the select brake with this one and select. That way, if you hit in one and not the other, you know what I mean? Because shipping's included if you get autos. So say you hit an auto in this brake, but maybe you get in the select brake and you just get a few numbered cards or something. Then you'll get all that stuff shipped together. Siegel. Hey, there's a Larson Mini. Those are fun. That's pretty cool. I better put that in a top loader too. I set it aside and then I was like, you probably ought to top load that. Just like a die cut, these mini cards, it's like, you know, it's like asking for trouble if you don't. I don't want to push it down in either, so. I'm not one for slamming cards on the desk, but sometimes it is a necessary. Sometimes it is necessary. Larson Mini. All right. Man, yeah, a couple really good boxes. We've had, what, 4 SSPs already? Hey, what's up, Val? Nolan Siegel with the postcard. And in the bottom, getting them out of the bottom is a challenge when you have gloves on. Callum. There we go. I will tell anybody that if you're looking for something affordable to rip, this is a fun box to rip. If you're looking for kind of like a personal thing. Robert Schwartzman Tracktown base to go with your purple, Scott Dixon. Now you got to work on the rainbow at this point. For those that are watching, I will post a race pool tonight. DeFrancesco. It'll probably be sometime after 7 o'clock for sure. I don't know exactly what time. There's the Santino 250th. That's cool too, in front of the Iwo Jima Memorial. But anyway, I'll post the race pool tonight, and the race pool will be a little bit different because I'm going to have some options. The way I'm going to do it is there's going to be a box, like a mega box, Marcus Armstrong beneath the bucket, but there'll be like a mega box and then like 2 kind of nicer cards, and you'll have the option, like, whoever wins the race will get first pick of what they want, and then whoever's second place will get second pick. It'll be kind of like a draft sort of thing. Marcus Armstrong helmet hardware. But there will be an option for a box. It'll be a mega box, I think a select is what I was going to put in there. And then there'll be a couple of nicer cards that we'll put in as well. Not sure exactly what they will be yet, but I have some ideas. Castro Neves. Kyle Kirkwood helmet hardware. So stay tuned for that tonight. It'll be fairly affordable too. Like, it won't be astronomical. Kyle Kirkwood foil. and Ignite Joseph Newgarden. I think those Ignites are fairly, like, maybe you only get about one per box of those, too. Some of those I'll go back and penny sleeve and top load if need be. Newgarden foil. David Malukas all access. In the interest of time at lunch, I'm trying to keep it moving, though, you know what I mean? Not only does some of you all have to get back to work, but I do too, so. Pato Award and Devlin D. Francesco. Kyle Kirkwood foil. Another Devlin all access. I think I could do with a few less podium cards. I feel like there's just so many of them. Like, one per pack max, but I could do with a few less even. Scott Dixon and David Malukas with the autograph. Second place again in the Indy 500. Going to Jake Ward. The kid's got speed. Has Malukas, Sam, this will be a question for probably some of you guys, Sam, Scott, Tim, that watch a lot. Has Malukas ever won a race yet? Or is he still trying to break through? I mean, I know he's got speed, obviously, but 4 out of 100 Will Power on the green foil. That's going to go to Joe. That's a nice looking card. That's really well designed. Yeah, I really hope Parkside is able to retain Indy. I think they could do a second, I think they could do I feel like Parkside could do a Series 1 like this, and then they could do a Series 2, and then they could also do their Pacific set. I feel like they could add one more thing if they wanted to. Beneath the bucket, Kyle Larson. Maybe their sales say otherwise, but I definitely think they could add one more thing to the mix. Foil, Dreyer and Reinsbold. That's cool. Pillow, Precious Hardware. He's just walking down the street. He's like, yeah, I got my trophy. What's up? McLaughlin foil. Another AJ Foyt team card. Hello and Will Power. Malukas foil. Miles Rowe. Newgarden. Jordan Missing. Foil Rasmussen. And we got a clocking in Callum Going to Jake. I know those are fairly short printed. Like no more than one per box. I don't even think you're getting one per box on those. I think they're less than that. Maybe every other. Minus VK. Felix Rosenquist, all access. What would be cool is if Parkside could do their Series 1. This is what they consider Series 1, by the way. If they could do Series 1 and then Pacific. I love what they do with Pacific. I don't want them to change that. And then maybe the other product they could do would be something that could have some more of the like Hall of Fame legends from IndyCar in it. Kyle Kirkwood, holy smokes. We did it again. No freaking way. 6 out of 10. Pato Award again for Brad. It is not on repeat. That is 2. It is not a glitch. I promise you, you're not seeing double. That is crazy. It's officially bonkers. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. 4 and 6 out of 10. Holy guacamole. All right, let's see what I can do here. Yeah. Wow. That's nuts. Congrats, Brad. Quarter of the market on those. Absolutely. That is bonkers. Got the wing number surrounded. Well, we still got another box, right? We could do it again, I suppose. Why not at this point? Mini Miles Rowe. Well, you know how it is. When you're having a good break, you just got to enjoy it, right? Like, that's the thing is just keep going and enjoy the ride, because you just never know how long that'll last. Holy smokes. Congrats, Brad. That's awesome. All right, last box. Coming in hot. Is that David Malukas? Is that auto a different set? Somebody that's a little more familiar with the checklist will be able to probably answer that. Like, it's not the standard signature series. Is it a different set completely? Marcus Armstrong. I'm curious what that set's called. If not, if nobody knows, I can look it up, but I'm sure somebody knows. I believe. Kyle Kirkwood, foil. Team Penske. First win subset. Okay. Thanks, Sam. First win. That's pretty awesome. So I'm safe to assume that the picture is depicting his first win, hence the name. Seb Murray. which makes those autos really cool, you know, if you think about it. Will Power foil, Lockie Hughes. Texas went, yeah. I thought I saw that on the back. That's awesome. Marcus Armstrong. Clocking in, Colton Herta. Did we? I think we had one of those earlier. I think that's a repeat, yeah. Colton Herta foil, Marcus Armstrong all access. Rossi's because it was the 100th 500. Oh yeah, that makes sense. That's a big deal. Rosenquist. And oh, this is cool. I need to get one of these. Look at that. Tracktown Graham Rahal with That's awesome. Wait, is Graham in Indy? Downtown Night. For a second, I thought it was Columbus. It's Indy. Okay. I was thinking they still lived, or maybe they don't. The family was always in Columbus. And the front of that looks very similar to Nationwide Arena. That's why I was like, oh, I need that. And the Cardinal is the state bird in Ohio. But that's Indy. That's Lucas Oil. Upon further examination, maybe did the Rahal team shop get moved to Indy? Or maybe he just lives there. Foil Andretti. Oh, they're not any. Okay. Okay, Sam. That makes a whole lot more sense. Gotcha. So Sam says that the track towns are not necessarily tied to the driver for a specific location. It's not like their hometown or anything like that. Signature first win is a 5-card insert set to 10. Pillow, Rossi, Newgarden, Award, and Will Power. Boy, that's a nice set, isn't it? Imagine having a complete set of those. Foil Larson, Graham Rahal beneath the bucket. Yeah, I thought when I first saw that Tracktown, I was like, oh, that's Columbus, because that looks like Nationwide Arena. The Olentangy River runs through town, the Cardinal. And then the more I looked at it, I was like, it looks more like Lucas Oil Stadium to me. But Sam says, yeah, Rahal shop is now outside of Indy. Okay. Hunter Ray foil. Helmet Hardware, Christian Rasmussen. My dad always rooted for Bobby because obviously he was from Columbus, or based in Columbus. So that always just stuck with me. And it always seemed like with the Indy 500s that Bobby always had the worst luck. Heartbreak. Rahal Letterman. And Helio Castroneves with the auto. That's not a bad one to hit either. 10 out of 50. Going to Thomas. The hits just keep on coming out of these. He's won so many times at Indy, he's lost count. I seriously doubt that, but he's won his share over there, that's for sure. Minus VK foil. Helmet hardware, Ed Carpenter. Stingray Rob. Ignite Alexander Rossi. If anybody has one, I'm going to say this out loud. If anybody has a, it needs to be pack pulled, so there's not a ton of them. Mostly going to be press pass, I believe. But if anybody has an AJ Foyt autograph that they'd like to move, let me know. I would like to pick up an AJ Foyt auto for the collection. Schwartzman and DeFrancesco. Obviously, being a big Tony Stewart fan and Tony Stewart collector, and Tony's ties to AJ and all that, I'd like to snag just one AJ Foyt autograph, and I know there's not a lot out there, so it'll be a little tricky probably. Kirkwood. But I know they exist. Like I said, I think there's maybe a handful of sets. Val, that might be a cool, not that you guys need any advice or tips or ideas, but that might be a cool talking point for you guys maybe. I don't know if you've ever dove into like AJ Foyt cards and kind of what's available, but I would enjoy that for sure. All access Rossi. And if you have, just point me in the right direction and I'll watch it. Because maybe you've already touched on it. But I know with you and Logan and your guys' knowledge, especially of the older products, Castroneves foil. Alex Pillow, purple. 3 out of 25. That's nice. Very nice. Pillow's going to Sam. Nice hit, Sam. Has a few in the Hall of Fame. Kyle Kirkwood. I'm sure he does. That makes sense. How about another Pillow out of 100 this time? $70 out of 100 going to Sam. Top 10 of it. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be fun, AJ, Val. A top 10 of AJ would be cool. Like I said, I know you guys know the older products, the press pass and some of that stuff, and you got more knowledge than I do, or a lot of us do for sure. But that would be fun. I would enjoy that. I'm sure Rosenquist, Beneath the Bucket, you know, and I believe I'm correct in being told that AJ's not signing anymore. Basically at all. And, you know, AJ's also not getting any younger, so My advice to anybody else that might be thinking about trying to pick up something of AJ's, now might be the time to consider doing so. Not that I'm assuming or wishing anything on anybody, because I'm not. I just know Father Time's undefeated. You know, we're all going to get there eventually. So, but like I said, I would like to pick one up because of my ties with Tony Stewart and Tony's ties to AJ and all that. So, would just be a nice one-off to have. Andretti Global foil. And how about, since we had two nice Alex Palou numbered cards, how about we finish off with an Alex Palou autograph? 66 out of 75. There you go, Sam. That doesn't suck. Boy, that was one heck of a break for IndyCar. One heck of a break. One of our best for sure, if not our very best IndyCar break. Like, that was really, really good. We had some good breaks with Pacific too, but man. All right, let me hit you guys with a quick recap. Again, I will post the race pool for tonight, for this weekend at Chicagoland. The race pool will be posted this evening, sometime after 7. I don't have an exact time, but sometime after 7. It'll be a little bit more on the affordable side, and it'll be more of a draft style. So I think it'll appeal to a few people in a different way. So make sure you mark that down. Tomorrow night we'll break select at 7 o'clock. I'll post that. And let me hit you with a quick recap here. Again, congrats to everybody who hit, and thanks to everybody who participated. We had Alex Palou, Castro Neves, David Malukas, Marco Andretti, Marcus Ericsson. Not bad in the autos. And then we had quite a few SSPs. Colton Herta, gold to 10. That came out of one of the hanger packs. We got Marcus Armstrong out of 10, signature series. We got the purple Tracktown Robert Schwartzman out of 10. Really nice. And then I'm told these are the first win signature series, or first win autographs. Pato Award, the daily double, 4 and 6 out of 10 for Pato, going to Brad. Congrats, Brad. Yeah, thanks again to everybody. Absolutely, Sam. Yeah, we'll probably have, like I said, we'll probably have another one. I try not to stack them on top of each other, you know what I mean? So that we don't get burnt out with things. But like I said, my LCS has some more, and so we'll probably do another one yet, maybe in a couple weeks. So might want to grab those other boxes before exactly, Storm Ghost. I probably should, right? So, but yeah, we'll probably do another one, like I said, probably in another couple of weeks or so. I like to not stack them on top of each other, but it's a fun break, and the value is absolutely there. Like, as everybody can see, like, this was a stellar break, but even when it's not stellar, it's still good usually. So, again, thanks to everybody. Everybody have a great rest of your Wednesday. It's Hump Day, and we'll see you later.